Hello YouTube! So welcome to my first beauty video. I have mentioned beauty products before, but I don't think I've ever actually done like a beauty video, which this isn't really like a tutorial or anything like that. Obviously, as the title will tell you, it is it's like a comparison video. So I just ordered Anastasia's DipBrow Pomade, I believe it's called. And then I've been using, like I mentioned in my October favorites, I've been using Wet n Wild's, I really can't remember the name, I think it's On Edge Cream Liner, which is actually an eyeliner. It's like a gel, cream, not gel, eyeliner. Oh, and by the way, you'll have to excuse the fact that I'm sitting in front of my window for lighting, so if it changes a little bit, that's why. Anyway, so I've been using Wet n Wild's cream liner as a brow gel or cream, and then I ordered Anastasia's DipBrow Pomade because I wanted to try something high-end, and I figured if I'm going to do that, I might as well do a video to compare, because they are, I wouldn't say they are very similar products necessarily, because one obviously is more expensive, so I would hope that it's, you know, like a better quality, but they are pretty similar products in what they do and what I use them for. So as you can see, my brows are pretty thin normally. Like, this is my brows without makeup. I washed my face and everything. Obviously, I didn't have makeup on before, but I did wash my face this morning. I used toner, and then I used moisturizer. And then before I actually did my makeup just now for the video, I did the same thing because my face just gets kind of oily and I wanted to start with a fresh face. As you can see, I'm wearing makeup, but I didn't do anything to my brows. So, without further ado, I guess we'll just begin. So what I'm going to do is just do my brows normally. I'm going to do them hopefully the same because I have a huge problem with brow symmetry. But anyway, I'm just going to use Wet n Wild's brow pomade, I'm going to say brow cream on this brow, and I'm going to use Anastasia's DipBrow Pomade on this brow. So we're going to see how they compare. I'm just going to check in throughout the day to see like how much my oily like T-zone has attacked the product, and then just check in like I guess at night to see finished product. Now it's not the morning right now because I tried to do this video earlier but it wasn't really working out, but it's like early afternoon, so I'll still have enough time. I'm gonna do some stuff today. I'm gonna work on some stuff for my shop, so hopefully it's not gonna be too hot today, so hopefully my oily skin doesn't really do anything to it, but I just want to see how they compare. So we're going to start off with a clean angled brush. This is the same brush that I showed you in my October favorites. It's just an Eco Tools brush. I'm not really like a makeup person, so I don't really know anything about brushes. This one just works for me. So angled brush, and it's clean. I know it has like a dark ombre, I guess, toward the end. It is clean though. I just washed it. And I'm going to use also this spoolie, which isn't really interesting, but just so you know like what my tools are. Same thing. Actually, this is not Eco Tools. This is like something I ordered online, but just a regular spoolie. So the Wet n Wild eyeliner, or brow cream, I should say, is called Cream Eyeliner in Cocoa Riche. Yeah, and this is what it looks like on top. It doesn't, the packaging comes with like, in the package it comes with like a little brush. It's not a good brush, so I just toss it. This is the Anastasia DipBrow Pomade in Ebony. So they're about the same color. I noticed last night, just I guess before I start comparing right now, I noticed that this one is a little bit less, it's less warm than the Wet n Wild one, but I believe they're about the same color because it's about the same color as my hair. This one's just a little more, I don't want to say ashy, it's just cooler. So yeah, just that's the first thing I noticed. Okay, and this packaging is really nice. I mean, I think they're both fine, but I just like this one better. Also, this one's better to get your brush in because this one can kind of get messy. Now I'm gonna obviously use the same brush, but I'm going to clean it in between brows. I'm gonna start off with the left one, like I said, because I'm left-handed, and it's the Wet n Wild cream liner. Okay. Okay, so I look crazy right now, I know. But I just finished this brow, so I'm gonna get started on this one. I'm gonna wash my brush and start with the Anastasia. Now, I already noticed last night when I tried this the first time that I have to do this with a little bit of a lighter hand and pick up a little bit less product because it is more like liquidy, I guess, than the Wet n Wild cream liner. I've also noticed that both of them dry really quickly. Okay, so I'm done. I'm going to fill in this one a little bit more because the first thing I notice after I've finished both brows is that this one is kind of obviously lighter. Like this one has a little bit more product maybe, or maybe it's just a little bit darker than this one, but I'm gonna kind of fill it in a little bit more around here just to even it out. So I'm gonna wash my brush again and just go in a little bit more. This is a very clean brush now. Okay, so I don't think they're like a perfect match because they never really are. It never really ends up that way, unfortunately. But I think that they're pretty close. I think that this one's a little bit darker now, like a little bit more filled in. So that's good. I'm not really a brow expert or anything like that, as you can probably tell. However, I'm trying to get better at doing my brows so they just look more natural. That's the thing that kind of sucks about it, is like, I don't know, it's, for me anyway, I'm always still like learning how to make it look more and more natural until my brows actually fill in a little bit more so I can be a little bit more comfortable with them. But anyway, so I think it's pretty even right now. This arch is always a little bit higher than this one. Also, before I actually finish, I always, well, not always, like I've been doing it for a long time, but recently, because I got Miss Manga from L'Oreal, right? Yes, L'Oreal. I don't like this as a mascara. Maybe it's the color I got, because I got it in brown, which I didn't realize. I don't even know if it comes with other colors. I assume it does come in black. Oh yeah, this is black brown, which is like basically the same color as my brows. I don't like it as a mascara at all. However, I do like it repurposed as like a brow gel, brow mascara. I don't know. But I use it very lightly at the front of my brow just to kind of emphasize like the hair, like at the front of my brow. Very lightly. Alright. So it doesn't really make a huge difference until I come up close. Alright, so comparisons. This one I had to dip in the cream more to get the product and fill it in. And obviously I went in and filled in a little bit more after I did this brow. So this one, the product is, I guess, maybe well, I wouldn't say I'm too light-handed because if I get too much product, I have a harder time spreading it out. So the formula, I guess, is a little bit more dry. However, I will say when I first purchase it, like when it's brand new, the formula is more creamy than it becomes. This one was a little bit more, it was more of a gel. Why do I keep saying gel? It was more liquidy. So this one I could be light-handed with it. Like I tapped it very lightly in the pomade and spread enough product around to where it was filled in where I wanted it to be, light where I wanted it to be, dark where I wanted it to be, etc. So this one obviously was a little bit harder, I guess, to apply. Like it took me a little bit longer to apply. The price point obviously is very different. The Anastasia DipBrow Pomade, if I'm not mistaken, is $18, and the Wet n Wild, this one is, I want to say, about $6. It's under 10, I know that for sure. I think it's about $6, and this one is 18. So this one obviously is a drugstore product, so it's in most people's price range for makeup. This one is higher end, so it's really, for myself anyway, it's really one I would go into, like I would purchase after seeing reviews on YouTube, reading reviews on websites, seeing people try it out, making sure that it's actually something I would want to spend $18 on. For some people, $18 isn't that much, and really it's, I mean, depending on how long you can use the product, it's really not that much. But for somebody who is always shopping at the drugstore like myself, and I have like less high-end products than I do drugstore products, I would say, you know, obviously this one's not in the reasonable price range. This one's higher end. Obviously, an Anastasia is a high-end brand. I mean, if we're going to compare the packaging, I like this packaging better. I think that's really all I have to say about the comparison right now. I'm recording with my phone, so I'll tell you what time it is after. So yeah, I'm going to go downtown for a bit. Not really doing a ton today, but I'm just taking care of some stuff. I have to ship an order and everything. So I'm just going to be out and about a little bit. So I'm just going to see how each product responds to my oily T-zone, how it responds, I guess, to like the weather, and that's pretty much it. I mean, they're both pretty much the same color. Like I said, this one's a little less warm, I think, than this one is. So right now, I believe it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 6:30 or so. And I haven't really done a ton, like I said. I went downtown. I went downtown and I shipped an order. I did some stuff for my shop. Working with no computer right now, so I had to go to the library. Otherwise, I just got, where is it, actually? Just got a chai. So, it's cold. It's not freezing, but it's pretty cold right now. However, my oily face, as you can see, like I didn't touch up my face or anything like that. I look pretty oily right now. Sorry about the lighting again. I mean, obviously I'm not using daylight anymore. I'm using artificial light. But anyway, as you can see, my face is very oily. And my brows are pretty oily too, but they haven't budged. Like the products themselves haven't budged or anything like that. Since application, but it is a little bit greasy, so I guess I'll just blot my face. That's pretty much all right now. I'm just going to be editing the video now, and I guess I'll check in a little bit later. So it was about 2:30, 2:40 when I first did my brows, so it's been about 4 hours now. It's about 10:30 right now, and it's the end of the night for me. Right now I'm about to just wash my face, maybe order some pizza. It's kind of feeling like one of those lazy nights just to sit around and do nothing. What it comes down to is I like the Anastasia DipBrow Pomade a little bit better. Not by a lot. Both of them are great, but it's not a major difference. As you can see, my brows look pretty much the same as when I applied. I didn't touch up during the day. But this one I noticed, I'm going to insert some clips of each brow, like some close-ups, probably right about now. And I noticed that the Wet n Wild brow, my face obviously got oily throughout the day, and I noticed that the Wet n Wild brow was affected by the oil. Like at the top, it kind of dithered, and then it's a little bit spacey, like within the brow, like parts where I filled in. So obviously the oil affected it a little bit more. And the Anastasia one, I did a close-up, and I didn't really see it being affected in any way by my oily skin. But what it kind of comes down to for me is that I like the Anastasia one better, and I think that's the one that I'm going to try to use that one, I guess, more. However, the Wet n Wild one I still will keep and would repurchase. And then, obviously, like I said, the Wet n Wild one is cheaper. It's $3, and the Anastasia one is $18. However, I honestly think it's worth it. I haven't had it on like a full long day yet, so I don't really know if it'll ever interact with my oily skin. But as of right now, I think just seeing the Wet n Wild one react that way, which I've seen before, and then this one not reacting that way, that kind of just says to me that this one is the better one, which I would hope so for it to be $18. Yeah, so that's pretty much the end of the review. Thank you for watching. I hope it wasn't too long, and I hope you subscribe and like and all those great things. Let me know in the comments what you want to see. I know people have been asking for a lookbook, and I'm trying to work on that. Like I said, I am trying to work on it, really. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. Let me in your world, you know.